Welcome to this week's episode of Minecraft Disney World. Today we're headed back to Epcot to take a look at the final World Showcase country. It's the American Adventure. Now, the American Adventure, like most of the World Showcase countries, has a lot of different things going for it. It has a restaurant called the Liberty Inn, which offers some quick service over-the-counter food such as cheeseburgers, hot dogs, soda, beer, sort of typical American food. It has a tiny gift shop called Heritage Manor Gifts, which has a lot of American-themed items that you can pick up and buy. And it also has a show/attraction also called the American Adventure. Now, that's housed within this main building that uses 110,000 handmade Georgian clay bricks. And what they did when they made these bricks is they actually tinted and aged them to make them look more like authentic American colonial, masonry. So it sort of looked like an actual authentic building from that era. And within that large building with many bricks is the show The American Adventure, named after the pavilion, where you head into a theater and you sit down, and rather than watching a stage show with actual actors or on a screen like a film, it is a show that is played out using animatronics. And the show that you watch is essentially a combination of all these very relevant and historical periods from American history. The show plays out in a theater that holds 1,024 people, and it is hosted by animatronic figures of Ben Franklin and Mark Twain. And then finally, at the end of the show, what you get is a montage that represents all these famous moments and famous people from American history from after World War II up until the present to sort of wrap up sort of recent history of the United States. Like most Disney attractions, it went through a refurbishment in 1993. The attraction was updated with a whole set of new animatronics and a new theme song. And then again in mid-2007, they actually added about 45 seconds of new footage to the montage at the end. But there's so much more to the American Adventure than just the shopping and the food and the show. Across from the pavilion is the American Gardens Theater, which is an outdoor amphitheater. It's a theater that hosts concerts and singers and bands from all around the world. And twice during the year, during the major festivals at Epcot, they have a concert series going on. So during the Flower and Garden Festival in the spring, they have a concert series called Flower Power. And in the fall, during the Food and Wine Festival, they have a concert series called Eat to the Beat. And they both feature musical groups from the 60s to the 90s. Some of them may be lesser known. Some of them maybe were very famous back in their day. And you could go check out and listen to music while you're, enjoying Epcot during these two big festivals. They also have a major show during the holiday season called the Candlelight Processional. Now, this show actually follows in the footsteps of the show that was performed at Disneyland in the 50s, and then it was later recreated in the Magic Kingdom in the 70s. But in 1994, they moved it over to Epcot, and they had it in the American Gardens Theater. And what it is a show with an orchestra and a choir that perform old holiday songs. And then they'll get guest celebrities to come and tell biblical stories about Christmas. And those celebrities range from people like Neil Patrick Harris or Haley Joel Osment or John Stamos. So they really, range the whole gamut. But beyond famous bands and celebrities, there's actually a local group there too called the Voices of Liberty. It's an 8-member a cappella group, and they play patriotic choral performances, and they usually perform in the rotunda within the building, and it's usually throughout the day as a pre-show to the next scheduled American Adventure performance. So you could check out some a cappella, you could check out major bands, you could check out celebrities telling these, holiday stories. There's food, there's shows, there's so much to do. Like every pavilion at Epcot, there's so much to do and there's so much detail. And while I think it gets often overlooked, because it is the United States and you're already in the United States and maybe the food's not the most exciting or authentic, there is still so much detail and a lot to do there. And I think it's a great midpoint to while you're going around World Showcase, whether it's left to right or right to left. So the next time you're in Epcot, I highly suggest, taking a couple of minutes to just explore the pavilion and see what details you might have missed in, whether it's your first trip or your 100th trip. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope whatever you're doing this week, you make the most of it because it makes it so much better. And I hope to see you all here next time for the next episode of Minecraft Disney World. Bye, everybody.